Hello class. Take a few minutes to answer the warm-up questions. You can stop the video, then restart and we'll go over the answers. I'm looking at question 1. Which of the following is equivalent to 8x minus 10n? You see that the first term should be positive, the second term should be negative. And as you look, you can see that there's a positive 8x for A, but it's a negative 24, so that doesn't match. First term for B is a 2x, and it should be an 8x. Answer choice C looks like it's the only one that has the correct answer on it. You get a positive AX, and then you get a negative 10N, which is what we were looking for. Number 2, which of the following correctly shows 20% of $42.10. 10% is $4.21. If you add another 10% or multiply times 2, it should give you $8.42. So answer choice D is correct. Number 3, evaluate when m is equal to 2, v is equal to negative 8. So with the expression 3 times v minus 2 plus 4m, you can see that the 3 is on the outside, the v turns into a negative 8. Negative 8 minus 2 is negative 10. And the m is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. So 3 times negative 10 is negative 30, plus 8 is negative 22. Number 4. Negative 4b plus 2a minus 5b plus 8a. If you take your a's, put them together, 2a and the 8a. The b's are negative 4b, negative 5b. And you can see with the interchips that we add up all of the a's and look like they were all positive, so they gave us a 10a. And the b's look like all negative, so negative 4, negative 5 gives us negative 9b. Daily dose. Take a minute to pause the video and answer the questions on the daily dose. Okay, looking at the answer or the problem on daily dose, 2 pizza stores are hiring drivers. Store A uses the equation y is equal to 11.5x, where y is the total paid and x is the number of hours worked. Store B shows their pay scale in the table below. So looking at store B, the y value is 120, the x value is 12. So we know the 12 factors into 120 10 times. So for store B, y is equal to 10x. So there's a difference of $1.50 between store A and store B. So store A pays employees more by $1.50 an hour. Now, the LEQ, or the learning essential question, is how can fractions with unlike denominators be evaluated? Match each fraction set to the common denominator. Some of them will have more than one answer. If I'm just looking at the bottom numbers of the denominator, I need to find the first multiple that they share that's in common. So 3 and 4. 3 is a multiple of 3 but not 4. 4 is a multiple of 4 but not 3. So the two numbers that have the first common multiple is going to be 12. Looking at the 1/3 and the 3/5, common multiple for 3 and 5 is 15. Look at 10 and 2, common multiple for 10 and 2 is 10. For the 5/8 and the 2/4, common multiple for 4 and 8 is 8. Common multiple for 6 and 2 is going to be 6, and it's not written on the board on the screen, so we'll just add it. And a common multiple for 4, 5, and 10. Looks like it could be 10 for the 4 and the 10, and the 5, but the 4 it won't work. It's 8 and 12 will be the only numbers, and it doesn't fit for the first two, for the last two. So 5 and 4 and 10 have a common multiple of 20. Now we're taking a look at these fractions. You have a 4, 1/4, a negative 3/6, and a positive 1/2. So stop the video and see if you can find the common denominator for 4, 6, and 2. If you set the fractions of 1/4, -3/6, and 1/2, a fourth, a sixth, and a half all share the same multiple of 12. So whatever number you multiply into the denominator, you have to multiply it into the numerator. So if it was 2 times 6, 6 times 1 is 6. -6 times 2 gives 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6, or -6. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. So now write the new fractions with the new denominator. And you can see you have 3/12, -6/12, +6/12. So if you add them together, it's going to wind up being 12. That's the denominator. So 3 minus 6 is -3. -3 plus 6 is 3, or 3/12, which simplifies to -1/4. And this should be -3/12. Take a minute to answer the following. Okay, so the answer to this is to find that common multiple for 5, 4, and 10. It looks like 5, 4, and 10 share a common multiple of 20. So we're going to write the new numerator. 10 times 2 is 20, or -2 is 20. 2 times -2 times 7 is -14. 4 times 5, or -4 times 5 is 20. So we have a -5 times 1 is going to get -5 over 20. 5 times 4 is 20. So for the numerator, 3 times 4 is 12. So now that we have our new denominators, now we can just add or subtract the numerators. So 12 minus 5 gives me 7. 7 minus 14 gives me -7 over 20. All right, stop the video and try this. The 1/8 minus the 2/4 minus 1/2. And we're just looking for common multiples for 8, 4, and 2. So looking like the common multiple for 8, 4, and 2 is 8. So that -1/2, when you multiply the 2 times -4, you get 8. Then that -4 is going to be multiplied times 1. It gives me -4. So we know that 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 times -2 is -4. And the first fraction stays the same. That 8 didn't change, and my numerator didn't change. So now I have new denominators of 8. So take the conversions of 1/8 minus 4/8 minus 4/8. 1/8 minus 4/8 is -3/8. -3/8 minus 4/8 is -7/8. Take a look at the 2. The 3/6 minus the 1/3 plus the 3/4, and the 7/8 plus the 1/2 minus the 3/4. Stop the video and try those. Now let's check your answers. 3/6 minus 1/3 plus 3/4. Common denominator for 6, 3, and 4 is 12. 4 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4. 4 times 1 is -4 times 1 is -4. 6 times 2 is 12. So 3 times 2 is 6. So now we have our new fraction with the same denominator. 6 minus 4 is 2. And 2 plus 9 is 11. So you should get 11/12 for the first answer. Now you have a -7/8 plus 1/2 minus 3/4. Common denominator for 8, 2, and 4 is going to be 8. So 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times -2 is -6. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. And the first fraction stayed the same. So we multiplied 8 times 1, and 1 times 7 is -7. And 1 times -7 is -7. So take the -7/8 plus the 4/8 minus the 6/8. -7 minus 4 is -3. -3 minus 6 is -9. So you should get an answer of -9/8. If you need to rewind the video and go back and look at it again, please do so. You can watch it as many times as you need to make sure that you understand the concept. When you finish with the video, go to the front and ask your teacher for a worksheet to complete the day's assignment. Get your parent to sign it and bring it back to me on Friday. I will collect it. All right, guys, you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.